Hey, it's Ryan with QLZ. We are back home in my house today, somehow in the green room as well. And we're talking with one of my good buddies, a guy that, Ernesto, I'm going to say that I've known you for a really long time because when it comes to bands, since I've been in active rock radio, you're one of the guys I've known the longest at this point. So, of Modern Mimes down in Southern Florida, which
Yes,
I'm sure
sir.
it is beautiful. And granted, it's beautiful and sunny here today, too. It's not like I'm in Wisconsin anymore.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, believe it or not, you know what's funny? Last time I was in Wisconsin, it was last summer. We were out with this band Artifice, and there was a day where I'm sitting outside and I am literally comparing the humidity to Florida, and it was worse. It was
Yeah.
worse by a lot. And I don't mean like a little bit. It was like a lot. I'm like, where am I? Are you sure I'm in Wisconsin? There's no Janesville, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Literally just sitting out there, pouring sweat, not doing anything, just sitting, just pulling sweat. So yeah,
Summer in the Midwest, man.
somewhere in the
That's a lot.
Midwest. Exactly.
Yep, summer in the Midwest, and I tell everybody, I'm like, that's pretty much what it is, pretty much everywhere in the Midwest. But man, you and I got to know each other like right before COVID hit.
Yes,
You were
yes.
one of the last shows that I saw, or you actually were the last show I saw in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, when it was you and Royal Bliss and the guys in the Black Moods and
That's right.
over in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and we got to know each other and was like, hey, let's do an interview,
And we did it. And
and we
then
did, and
here we are.
between that Saturday night and I think like Wednesday or Thursday, we did an interview, and it was, dude, we can't find this on the road now. We have no idea what the hell's going on. States are shutting down as we're going through.
I mean, what? I mean, what? First of all, what an incredible show that was. The show that I met
Mhm.
you at. That was
Yeah, it was
it
fun.
was sold out. It was a cancer benefit. We had a blast at that show. And then we were on tour with Anything But Human. 4 or 5 shows later, shut down.
Yeah,
Complete shutdown. Nothing. Just out of nowhere. Just done. I got sick. The rest of the band got sick. We all thought we had COVID. We didn't, thank God, But yeah,
yeah,
that was freaky, man. And that was just right around the time where the whole, I want to say, the toilet paper pandemic started.
yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah.
It was,
Yep,
it
I
was
think that next weekend I had a couple events with my previous gig, and I got a call from my dad in Ohio, and he's like, "Hey, man, they're shutting everything down here. You might wanna hit up the grocery store." And I was like, "Okay, let me go buy about 3 or 4 packs of chicken. Let me see if I can find toilet paper." And
right.
yeah, I was like, "Okay, let's at least get stocked up on the 2 things I know I'm gonna use the most. I'm gonna eat a lot of chicken, and I'm gonna have to, use toilet paper."
Exactly.
Which is great, and we're all past that, and we've got you and I were talking, man. There's so much music out there right now, and again, you guys have a brand new single coming out on Friday called "Heavy Hearts."
Yep.
We're getting it on the Artist Spotlights on Monday, a feature that I know you're very familiar with, and we're getting the QLZ audience very familiar with here as well. They're enjoying it and getting a bunch of new bands on, and "Heavy Hearts," the new track. And again, it's not out, so what can you tell me about the song?
I can't tell you anything about the song because it's not out. No,
Okay,
I'm just
it's
kidding.
not out.
No, dude, this is, we were talking before, man. This is kind of like a different, I don't want to say direction, just but a different vibe.
Mhm.
We've gone through a lot as a band in the last year or so, and I think it's kind of like a reflection of what's been going on with us individually and as a unit. And it's a little darker, it's a little more brooding, it's definitely heavier. And like I told you, you'll hear the difference when you hear some of our old stuff and compare to what we have coming up. So definitely a cool track in my opinion, and I can't wait to share it. I'm very, very proud of these next few songs that we're going to be putting out. So I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. Granted, you've shared stuff with me. I can't lie to everybody out there. You share stuff with me, so I'm excited for it because again, man, I know it's very you guys very influenced Nine Inch Nails, very Deftones, influences on there, and you guys have some stuff that obviously rocks out and everything else. But again, you told me you're like these songs are heavier, they are darker, and it
Yeah.
still sounds like you guys are. I think it's the most important thing. You've kept the core of what Modern Mimes is,
Oh
but
yeah.
how have you guys embraced? I guess trying out some different stuff and going in a little bit of a different direction.
It's weird because it almost just kind of happened spontaneously in a way. It was just a lot of me sitting in a room in the dark, just kind of writing and figuring
Mhm.
stuff out. And it's funny because what you said about, yes, it's a little bit different, but you can still hear Modern Mimes in it. I think we're almost at the point where we're figuring ourselves out, and like I said,
Mhm.
individually and as a band. um so like I said, these next few songs are going to be kind of a reflection of everything that's been going on,
Mhm.
and I think people will hear it in the music too.
Yeah. Now, you and Adi, who fronts the band, you both are married, and I know I've
Mhm.
talked with you guys about this before, and you said the writing sessions have been great with you guys as well.
They have,
Yeah,
bit of breath of fresh air, you know.
I want to bring it up so she can watch this and hear you say it. So get you some brownie points over here as
I
well.
totally am. I'm gonna score her real quick.
Yeah.
She's been doing phenomenal on these next few tracks, man. She sang great. She really put her soul into this. And
Mhm.
not to say that she didn't in the past, but there was a moment I remember I was watching her track and I was just watching her movements and like her facial expression, and I'm like, I got chills. I'm like, wow. So see, this is what happens when we don't bicker back and forth. Like I actually get to see what's going on and get an actual emotion about it. So, but yeah, no, she's been doing really really good. So
Awesome. And she's very animated on stage. You guys are very high energy on stage. And yeah,
we
Ernesto,
try.
you probably scare a few people up in the front when you're up there and you get a little intense. I love it though.
We're getting a little older, but you
Yeah.
know, it's one of those things where hopefully I can keep up. You know what I mean? That I play a double neck guitar bass. For those who don't
Mhm.
know and are catching this for the first time, that thing weighs about 40 pounds, and I got another one now.
Okay.
I have two of them now.
Well, you
So
on April Fools, you tried to get a few people fooled and say that you got rid of it, and I was like,
oh
"Oh,
yeah,
I know
I
what day
did.
it is."
I did. I got people that called me, man, and they're like, "What are you
Seriously?
doing?" Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I had friends like, "What are you doing? We're not gonna let you sell that. Are you crazy?" I'm like, "It's an April Fool's joke," bud. They're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, okay, bye."
yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, so I appreciate the compliment, man. Yeah, we try to be as
Mhm.
energetic as we can, man. We just feel it. We're on stage, we're rocking out, and that's just kind of what pushes forward, you know?
Yeah. Now, you and I talked a little bit as well about what you guys want to do with music. You have more singles coming out. There's more in the pipeline. What's your guys' plan for releasing some new tunes? And I know you're trying to debate right now with the EPs, the albums. It's what
Yeah,
everybody's. I feel like that's what a lot of people are trying to do right now.
yeah. I mean, initially I thought we were gonna make this next effort an EP, but there comes Adi, and she's like, "Well, why don't we just do a full length?" And I'm not going to argue because we're on a roll here of not
Yeah.
arguing. So I'm like, "Yeah, full length it is. Let's do this." But yeah, no, it's we have 3 songs that I know we're going to be putting out within the next few months.
Okay.
I don't have an actual timeline, but this Friday official release for Heavy Heart, and then the week after, I believe either Monday or Tuesday, we're going to release the actual music video.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that, and I'll send you that. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
as soon
I
as I
mean,
get.
I've seen some photos, and I'm wondering if there's some Justin influence in this video.
Some
Your
Justin
drummer.
influence?
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I know he's.
You would think so, right? But
Yeah.
actually not really.
Okay.
He's pretty much just in it.
Okay.
Quite a bit. But
Well, I know my last conversation with him when I saw you guys in Green Bay back in the fall. I know he was big into Magic, and just seeing some of the photos of you guys, I'm like, I wonder if what's coming into play here because you guys are in makeup. You and him are
yes,
both in makeup. For Adi,
yes.
it's a normal thing, but for you guys, it's a little bit different.
Listen, I had no clue that that was gonna happen. She kept hinting at stuff, and I just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. We get there. The makeup artist is there, and she's like, well, Justin, you're up first. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, he's gonna get makeup done. I'm like, does that mean I'm gonna get makeup done? Sure enough, man. Full-fledged makeup, man, and it actually I thought it came out great, man. It really
Mhm.
I thought it was cool. The only problem is I sweat more than the average human being, and so does Justin. So it took a few takes and it took a few
Yeah,
retouch-ups, but
yeah.
we got it done.
You guys look good though. I love it. Now you guys got some shows coming up. You're going to be a couple hours west of us in Missouri. You're going to be playing up in Northern Illinois. And you and I talked. Hopefully, you guys can have the chance to come in the studio. Obviously, it works for
Oh
the
yeah,
time frame or not. But what do you guys got coming up this summer? A bunch of shows. Got some festivals.
got some festivals, got some shows. We're gonna be playing out there with man. We're doing a festival in Wisconsin actually.
Mhm.
I know Nonpoint and Bobaflex are gonna be on that, and that's gonna be fun. We're playing a couple shows with the Almas, I believe. Scotty
Okay.
Austin, who was in Saving Abel. There's just a lot, and we're actually not going out with anybody. We're kind of going out on our own, and it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
fun experience. You know what I mean? So yeah, and we're gonna be close to you somewhere, and
Yep.
we like I said, we'd love to go hang out with you at the studio, man.
Yeah. Come on and hang out, and we'll chat, and we'll play some more of your music and everything. And for people that also,
This is what we gotta do. I ask one thing of you. We have to walk around all of downtown looking
yeah.
for some food.
We
And just
are we're very far from downtown Springfield at the station. So also people that if you're wondering what the reference is here, you guys came to visit me in Wausau
that's right.
before Rockfest. So I wore my Rockfest shirt for you today. Um,
Nice.
and it was still like a time where things were open, but places still had weird hours. We walked to 4 different restaurants that were all closed or weren't serving food anymore at like 6:30, 6:45 at night. And we finally went back to a place that you had suggested. Said, hey, why don't we try there? And I said, let's try one more place. I said, that place is good, but let's try one more place before we go back. We should just walk there in the first place.
It's all good, man. I had a blast, man. We just walked around talking, and we ended up getting some food, which was good. And then that place was closing as we were finishing up. We're like, all right, we got to get the hell out of here.
Let's just go. Let's just get this done.
Because
you guys had Rockfest, I think the next day you guys played Rockfest that next night. Kickoff show. It was a lot of fun.
It was
getting to see you guys and getting to see you guys live again. So hopefully you guys can route back somewhere through here in Springfield next time you come on out. Again, man, show's coming up, new music's coming out, and Ernesto, I always like to ask you random questions because it's fun.
Go for it.
I'm going to ask you one of the questions we asked our listeners last week and asked a few bands this so far. If you got in a bar fight, what's the one song you're putting on in the background? Again, not condoning this, but if it were to happen, what's the one song you're putting on in the background?
Oh man, it's gonna give me. You gotta give me a second on that one.
Yeah. So I said 5 Minutes Alone by Pantera.
I was gonna say that, dude. That's hilarious.
I'm so sorry.
That was my free. You know what? Let's go with that because that was the first thing that popped into my head. But then I was like, maybe not that one. Maybe there's something else. But you know what? That's it. That is totally it.
It's perfect. And I can't remember if you guys did this or not. I don't think I started asking this question. It used to be the blog post of the favorite fives I did for the complete albums. I can't remember if you guys did this or not. You might have. I might have bugged you for this. I might not have. It all depends. The timeline at the end of some things is a little bit blurry for me. It's still a little bit, but your favorite complete albums of all time, the records you play start to finish, you don't skip any songs on.
So Downward Spiral, 9 Inch Nails. Let's see. Definitely Cowboys from Hell, Pantera. White Zombie, Astro Creep, 2000. 3000. Is it 2000 or 3000?
I think 2000.
Is it 2000? I can't remember.
I believe so.
Let's see. What's that? 3 already?
That's 3.
Let's see. Seven Dust Home.
Yep. I knew Seven Dust was going to be in there because last time I talked with you, we chatted probably about Seven Dust for like half the interview.
Yep. Seven Dust. And they got new stuff coming out too, man. And I can't wait to and what's another one? Probably, you know what? I'm going to go with another Seven Dust one. Animosity. Let's those two. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I love that's the one of they played both those in their entirety too with some of the shows and which was really cool. I think Animosity was one that they did. I think when COVID wrecked everything, that's one of them. That was pretty sweet.
I still watch it on YouTube every now and then.
and that's a record for me that like I always liked, but I never really got into a ton. I think until I saw them play it entirely live, and like 15 years, 20 years later, I'm like, oh, why did I not like get into this record as much as I did? Maybe it's because I'm older now. Who knows?
It's funny because I'm still finding some Seven Dust songs that I may not have gotten totally into, a few years back or when those specific records came out. And now I'm like, well, why didn't same exact thing? Like, why didn't I like that song before? And I like it now, but it's weird.
That's what happens. So again, man, you guys, Heavy Hearts, the new single, it's coming out on Friday. I'm excited to play it for our listeners because I think you're really, really going to enjoy it. 8:30 in the morning, Artist Spotlight, WQLZ.com if you're streaming, 9:30 for you guys out on the East Coast. And Ernesto, where can everybody follow you guys on the socials, website, so they can get merch, all that good stuff? Plug away.
All that good stuff you could find at modernmimes.com. You could literally just Google Modern Mimes and everything pops up. Of course, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok now.
Awesome.
We're on TikTok now. That's going to be a venture from hell. But
there's so many bands that say that. I love it. They're like, we got this now too. And God damn it, this sucks.
Let me not be negative about it. Let's be positive. It's going to be.
Let's end on a positive note here. You guys follow them on TikTok for some amazing features, possibly maybe some dances. Who knows what you guys are going to put on there?
We'll probably end up doing some dances. Us, man. We play the game.
It's got to be. So again, man, Artist Spotlight Monday, Heavy Hearts, the new single. You can listen to it everywhere on Friday. And Ernesto, dude, it's always good to see you, bud. So good.
Likewise, my man. Always good to see you too, brother. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in person soon too, my friend.
Can't wait.
Hell yeah.